What's up? Okay, I'm excited. This video is about metaphysics. It's about uh, dimensions, dimensional travel, interdimensional travel, the new shifting of the Earth, the frequency changes, yeah, and DNA upgrades and things like that. So if you already know about how dimensions work, like physics, basic physics, then skip like 45 seconds ahead. If you don't, I'll tell you. And if you're not interested in that kind of metaphysics stuff, just get the heck out of here, okay? And wait till you're more interested and come back, okay? So the first dimension, basically, from my understanding of it, is it's a dot on a line, and that line, the dot can move on the line. The dot can only perceive that line in the first dimension. Then there's the second dimension, which is where you have a line like an axis, but you also have the y and the x axis, like a graph, right? So you can move this way, but you can also move this way anywhere on here. You can go, ooh, and that is the screen that you're looking at right now. It's two-dimensional. You're seeing a two-dimensional me. Now, what's really interesting, I mean, everybody knows what the third dimension is, but what's interesting is that the dimension that you are comprised of, or that your focus, that, that your focus is on, you can only perceive the dimension lower than that. So, like, as third dimensional beings, humans, like in meat sacks, we look at each other, but our eyes are only showing us two-dimensional images. So even though I could be in front of you instead of being on the screen, it wouldn't really look any different. Like, how do you tell if I'm close to you or far away? It's because of the shading of light on my face, the shadows, and because of the size of my face growing as I get closer. But besides that, you're just judging, you're just guessing until you touch me, and then that brings into the third dimensional realm, right? But what's the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension? How do we get into these? This is where it gets exciting and gets interesting. Okay, the fourth dimension can perceive the third dimension. It can see physical things, but it can also see through them. And what I want to tell you is that the essence of you is not this mean sack. The essence of you is your mind. And your mind is a multi-dimensional being. Your mind has the ability to travel to all 11 of the dimensions. Yeah, there's 11 of them, like according to physicists. But either way, I would tell you it's possible to travel to all dimensions. If there's infinite dimensions, then it's there. What if you've consciously been to every single dimension, but you label them as something else? So you didn't realize that you were in like the fourth or the fifth or the sixth or the seventh or eighth dimensions. That's what's happening. Okay, what? Okay, listen. Memories are the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is linear time. You've heard physicists say that time is the fourth dimension before, right? Well, the shower, a hot shower, is a time machine. When you go in a hot shower, most of the time we're focused on our thoughts instead of what we're actually doing. I'm speaking for all of us, but I'm speaking for myself, really. So I'm going to talk about me personally. I'm more grounded now when I take showers because I take cold showers, so I'm actually like looking at myself and being in the moment. But how I always used to be is I'd step out of the shower and I feel like I got out of a time machine because I'd be thinking about my day. I'd be thinking about what I said to people at work. I'd be thinking about what I was going to do tomorrow. I'd be thinking about what I was going to have for dinner. And when you're doing that, when you're focused on those things, even though you have soap in your hand and you're scrubbing your arm and looking at it, you're not focused on it. You're kind of on autopilot, and your mind is seeing, what you're having for dinner. You're actually seeing your boss, your memory of your boss. And if you wanted to, you could imagine going inside and through him and whatever. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. But you could look down on you from the ceiling. Imagine that, because it's a fourth dimension. And the fourth dimension can go forward too. You can imagine the future as well. Because the future is not set in stone. It all comes back to the decisions that we make that change the future and decide which future that we enter, which dimension that we enter. And then the fifth dimension is possibilities. The fifth dimension is when we imagine or realize all of the potential that we have. Like me sitting right here and thinking, I could kill myself right now. Or I could run outside naked. Or I could make lunch. Or I could go to the gas station down the street and I could buy all the lottery tickets and run out of money. But I could also become a millionaire. I could steal the neighbor's car. I could make a song and it could possibly be the best song of all time and I could become an instant celebrity. This video could go viral. I'm thinking of all those possibilities that stem from right now. That's the fifth dimension. It breaks off from that linear time thinking of that there's only the past and there's only the future. And the fifth dimension can go backwards too. You could think, well, what if something would have happened differently? What if what actually happened meant something else? What if I decide to interpret it differently? All of this potential, I'm seeing these things in my mind. I'm imagining my neighbor's car. I'm imagining the lottery tickets. I'm imagining this video going viral. But how am I seeing it? My eyes, it's not around me. Do you see it in here? I'm just on the floor. That's inner sight. That's the third eye vision. And that's why we say that the third eye gives us ability to travel to other dimensions. That's what you're doing, and you don't even realize it. That's what astral projection is. And the more that you practice it, the more visceral it becomes, the more real it appears. The more that you let go of your focus on this dimension, the third dimension, the less solid it becomes. The more you live in the moment, which is where the fifth dimension is. The fifth dimension is the present moment, because in the present moment is where all of our decisions stem from, and our decisions determine our future. So if you can come back to now, you have the ability to create your future and your experience. What allows us to come back to now? Letting go of attachments, just being. Just be here now, as Ram Dass says. Just letting go, just relaxing, allowing life to happen. And the more that you allow, the less you're attached to this third dimension. It's not rejecting it, it's allowing and just letting go. And when you do that, it starts to become less dense. You start to realize that everything actually is energy, and you start to see it. You start to see what people call auras, energy patterns floating around us, sizzling like electricity. I can see electricity around stop signs even. And Nikola Tesla's Tesla coil, a machine that he created to pull electromagnetic energy out of thin air and transfer it into electricity for free energy, did just that. It was pulling it out of auras. There's electromagnetic fingerprints around everything. So once you really are detached from the third dimension, which is just focusing on the idea of separation, which isn't even real, then your focus on the higher dimensions, say the fifth dimension, on potential possibilities, becomes more and more lucid, more real, more like it's real life, and it starts to solidify almost, and then you get to experience it in the third dimension for real. Like, your dreams become more and more real, and then you can control your dreams, and then eventually you're just God. That's how life works. So what you are experiencing right here, this body, is on the process of letting go. And what makes me seem like I'm in a higher state of consciousness than most people that I know, at least, or than anyone I know, honestly, is just I can't take credit for it, but I'm good at relaxing. I'm good at accepting and letting go. And planet Earth, the vibrations on the planet are changing due to cosmic events, due to cosmic consciousness. It's shifting. We're shifting from third dimension to the fifth dimension. And certain people are going to perceive possibility in the fifth dimension, the present moment, with more clarity than others. And that's because those people are better at letting go. So the ones with attachments that are stuck in their jobs and living in cycles, repeating things over and over, psychopaths are the ones that are going to suffer, and they're the ones that aren't going to upgrade, you could say, until they let go. So it's like purification by fire. Those people that are holding on, it's like they're afraid to rip off the band-aid and they're trying to keep it on. But the band-aid, like, the wound is healed, man. Underneath, you gotta take it off. You just gotta rip it. You could rip it, but I didn't. I guess I kind of ripped it halfway, but now I'm just letting it come off, and I'm cool with that. So that's why I'm still here, and that's why I'm still making videos and caring about 3D things, is because the band-aid's still on. I'm still attached, but I'm letting it come off, and it's an easy, smooth ride. All you have to do is let go. Like, in the present moment, just let go, and you will ride the wave to these higher dimensions. And in this lifetime, you won't have to be a human anymore, is what I'm telling you. So, welcome to the new future. Everything's changing. Please comment questions or DM me questions or something, because I love talking about this. It only sharpens my understanding, and it sharpens my throat chakra, which allows me to live my truth and speak my truth more authentically, and allows me to dematerialize faster. So, much love. Wow, I'm excited about this video. Bye.